Okay, let's pray and then we'll get started with our workers' meeting for Vacation Bible School. Let's pray. Lord, thank you for this day. We ask for your blessing now, guide us, direct us, and please just work that we will be able to see young people saved. We thank you for this opportunity to give the gospel and work in people's hearts now. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, this is our workers' meeting for Vacation Bible School for 2020. And a lot of changes and some different things that we'll be doing this year. Vacation Bible School is geared toward kids ages 2 through 13, and we have 3 different classes for kids. And the goal is pretty simple. It's just to present the gospel so kids could have the opportunity to get saved. The activities that we're going to be doing include a general rally time, a game time, a craft time, and then a Bible lesson time. This year the theme of the 5 Bible lessons is about Jonah. So Big Fish Bay is a nautical theme about boats and sailing and fishing and things like that. But the main story elements have to do with Jonah. So those are the lessons, and it's about God's mercy, which of course we all need. Our basic format is we're starting on Saturday night and going through Wednesday. So 6 o'clock is the opening rally, and then we finish at 8 o'clock. So 2 hours packed full of fun for the kids. And then it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we conclude on Wednesday. So 5 days. You may wonder, why do we go Saturday through Wednesday and not Monday through Friday? The very first year we had a group that came in and they said, well, we always go Saturday through Wednesday. I'd never heard of any group ever doing that, which sounded like a terrible idea to me. And so, but with the group coming in, so we decided, okay, well, we have to at least work with them. And it ended up, I liked it a lot better. It ties the services across, it ties the program across 2 services, Sunday and Wednesday. And it's a lot easier to get started on Saturday, because you got all day Saturday to prepare, and you can go and visit on Saturday. Plus, it helps the workers because there's only 2, there's an additional, instead of 0 days on the weekend, there's 2 that are on the weekend. So if somebody's got a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday type job, it makes it easier for them to help and participate as well. So that's the basic format. This year, let me talk about some changes that are happening, and we get out some more of these here, if you could help distribute those to folks.
It says Sunday to Tuesday. I'm assuming we actually mean Saturday to Tuesday.
Yeah, it should say
Saturday's the same
Saturday
thing
to
as the rest
Wednesday.
of
It
them.
should be Saturday to Wednesday. Or no, Saturday. Yeah, it should say Saturday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday is different because it's a final.
Right.
It's a different schedule. So that is an error. That's on page 5. Let me talk for just a minute about what changes are we doing because of the COVID-19 type of thing. So we have several very significant changes. The main one is that everything's going to be outside except the bathrooms. So everything else, all the activities, everything that's going to take place will all be outside. What I'd encourage you, instead of saying we will have a designated bathroom time, if you're a teacher, there is no designated bathroom time, is what I would encourage you to don't mention it. Just go right through. It's going to be hot outside. It's not like kids that are drinking large quantities of anything at that point. And so the most ideal is if you say something, all the kids have to go. And so it's better to just keep going, and if you see a kid who's jumping up and down and definitely looks like they have to go, then you get 2 workers to go and bring them here. But our goal is that should be a very rare thing. and so we don't want a lot of kids going. But with that exception of the bathrooms, everything else is gonna take place outside for Vacation Bible School. Now, when people pull in, the first station we want them to go to, we'll have 4 pop-up tents total that we'll be using, and we will have 1 of them for screening and registration. So we're adding screening this year. So for all the workers and the kids, when they come in, I don't have it right here, but we have one of those forehead thermometer things where, I don't know how it works. I don't even know if I actually have to see. Push the button, point it at their head, and so we get a temperature reading, and so we've got that, and then the screening involves asking questions like, do you not feel well, and do you have a fever, do you have a cough, that kind of thing. Obviously, if somebody feels well, VBS is not the place for them to recover, and so we got to be very careful on that. For some of you, they're already doing that at work anyway. It'll be basically the same idea. So we're going to have a screening. Once they get through screening, then from there, they're going to be going to the registration table. The kids don't need to really touch the registration table. The CUR's going to be there helping the kids with name tags and so on and getting information for the registration. That's going to be somewhere here on the side, kind of close to the door. Then from there, the kids are going to go around to the back of the building. In the back of the building, if you're familiar with it, there are 2 doors. There's a door in the far corner that goes up to the prophet's chamber. We're not using that door. There's a door in the middle, close to where the mailbox is, and there's a little bit of a porch that's there. What we're going to do is use our platform that we've used for the fair the last few years, and the goal is to extend that out. So we'll have just a little bit that has an overhang. It'll give quick access to the building, for example, so that way the sound system could actually stay indoors if we kept the door open, if the weather was a little bit marginal. It gives access if workers need to go in and out, for example, with getting puppets or snacks or whatever it is. So it still gives us that quick access and a little bit of shade coverage, but that'll be basically the platform. So that's going to extend out. Puppets are going to probably have to be off to the side, but close to their, but basically centered there. So kids are going to be just seating. The seating is just sitting on the parking lot. So if we use a bunch of chairs.
On the parking lot?
Well, I mean on the pavement, yeah. It's either that or we have, I mean, we could use like a blanket or a tarp or something, but.
Yeah, I don't think we can do the parking lot for tonight, because that's
hot.
Too hot.
really hot, yeah.
Okay, we'll work something out. Details still to be determined. Let me know what ideas
These
that you
kind
have.
of chairs, don't we have a lot of staff for these?
We do have a lot of chairs for this, and they would work great. The challenge is, how would you ever clean them? That's the problem, because we need to sanitize them and everything. Yes.
Sarah Metney said that the CDC has come out with a report that corona cannot be passed through surface contact. So, I mean, nobody's gonna get corona by touching the chair, but we have a spray bottle that has rubbing alcohol or something in it, and we spray all the chairs after everybody sits in them, so that all the parents and stuff feel good about it.
Okay, details to be determined. The kids will be in the back sitting on something, a tarp or something. Yes.
Sorry, just back to the
Yes.
the restrooms. If they do have to come in, probably the front entrance.
Yeah, we're gonna come to the front entrance.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll come around to there. Yes, good question. So rally's in the back, with the platform, and then, so the kids will be facing the building. Okay, good question.
Well, the problem is, that's where we're having the Bible time, isn't it? So the kids would have to come right through everybody's class to use the bathroom and then go back out.
At that time, yeah,
Unless we use the tiny tots restroom in the back
yeah,
during lesson times.
yeah.
We could use the,
Okay,
either
yeah.
door, we could go behind the stage,
Yeah,
or
that's true.
we could use this door, which would, if we needed to take traffic away from the stage area.
Okay, yeah, as long as we have two workers, I don't particularly care which one that we use. So, yeah, during Bible time, then no, we can't go through the front, so. I
Which
forgot
is
about
gonna
that.
be the whole night after the rally, cause we'll be,
That's true.
cause everybody's gonna use that, it's not like normal years where everybody has their own
Right.
classroom, everybody's using that area for Bible time, so it's gonna
Right,
be.
unless the kid needs to use it and they're already there, and it's right after, they could go
Right.
quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so if somebody needs to use the bathroom, which do not mention that, but hopefully these incidents will be very rare, then yeah, I guess we can come in either way, as long as you have two people with you. I'd say come in the glass doors, and then probably, yeah, the best ones are the regular ones. But as long as we have two workers, then we're good.
Yeah, and don't go in the bathroom with their kids,
Correct, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, workers not gonna go in the bathroom, you're there to escort them to the bathroom, and then they take care of things on their own. But I think it will be pretty rare, because it's gonna be hot outside, so I don't think the kids are gonna really need to use the bathroom.
What's your plan if it rains, like during that 2-hour time period?
If it rains, we will do the best we can. So we're gonna have the 4 pop-up tents. Games, are gonna be out, and that's the one that will be in the rain no matter what.
Ponchos?
Ponchos.
Didn't it rain the whole year, like the whole week we had the fire? And we were
I think there was at least
The
one,
first
it kinda
night,
drizzled.
The first night.
I
yeah.
think that's the only night that's, or like the only week that we've had that
Yeah.
got rain, like in the history of.
We
Yeah,
are
it's-
calling for fasting in
yes.
prayer this week, so that it does not rain next
Right.
week.
Sacrificial
No,
offering.
it'll add to the
Yes.
previous
The
experience.
main thing is we just don't want
Make
like a
sure we're-
thunderstorm with kids holding umbrellas or other metal
Yeah.
objects, that's no good.
And then
With
the
the
metal
tents.
chairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we'll just have to do the best we can, on that. Now, so rally's gonna be in the back, and games are in the parking lot, the back parking lot over in this section, and then Bible time is gonna be up here in the front, under the porch. So the drawback to that is that it's a little noisier up in the front because you got traffic going by on the road. The positive is it's a long way from the games, because when it was 3 years ago or whatever, 4 years ago, trying to do Bible time where kids can hear other kids in the games, and there was no chance. They kept looking, oh, what are they doing? Oh, what happened? So it's not ideal, but it's the best option. The challenge is for the teachers have to project a little more, but it's covered. So if we get rain, it's still dry up here in the front. Then that leaves crafts. Crafts are gonna be in the back, from my perspective here, left parking lot, sort of close to the Gaga pit, but over to the side. And we will probably end up using 2 to 3 of the pop-up tents for the crafts. So the one that's gonna be the biggest issue if we have rain is gonna be the crafts. Because we can't bring the crafts in, we can't use the porch because that's already covered. So we'll have to use the pop-up tents. Now with the pop-up tents, we have 4 of those. We will initially need at least one for the registration just to get people's attention. We may need one up by the rally time. It'll give us a minimum of 2, but once we're through registration and once everything starts, by the time we get to crafts, we should have another tent. Let me explain though about the pop-up tents. The pop-up tents work great in calm weather, which is when we don't really need them. If it's windy, a pop-up tent will easily become airborne and it could cause problems. So we're going to be using sandbags tied to the legs. So, and that'll give it a lot of weight. So if we need to move it, just so you're aware, do not untie the sandbags or disconnect the sandbags, move the tent and leave the sandbags. The sandbags have to go with the tent. And if if we don't have sandbags or a person holding it down, then we're gonna run into trouble. So we can shuffle and move them around. So just so you're aware, we have those 4. When the rally time's over, then that should free up 2 more. So at least for crafts, if we need them, especially in marginal weather, we would have those 4 pop-up tents. Now, as far as some other things, as far as the spacing, normally we'd have like boys on one side, girls on the other, and we do that for the rally. But what we're gonna try to do is group and seat people based on household. So everybody from one household will be together, and then that will allow us to put, say there's 3 from one household, instead of separating them 6 feet apart, they can all be stuck together and then 6 feet apart from the other households. So we may only have, 10 households or something like that. So it's not gonna be guys and girls per se. So again, not quite as exciting perhaps, but that's what we need to do, to be able to do the VBS this year. Another change is for penny offering time. We're gonna need some teachers or something, but we're gonna have to dismiss the kids. I know it's great fun when the kids make a mad rush for the bucket and everybody's just like dumping stuff in. And so that's very exciting, except we can't do that this year. It's probably gonna be too much. So we're gonna dismiss the groups one at a time to limit, so again, everybody's by a household. So you got 3 kids in one household, they can all rush up together and put stuff in the buckets and so on. So it's gonna slow it down a little bit, I understand, but it'll still, we'll still be able to do it. So
Just a suggestion, let's make sure we have enough pennies, because I think 2 days last year we ran out and people had money, but we didn't have pennies to give them. So from the
Yes,
beginning,
we ordered, good reminder, we ordered, was it 3 boxes?
Well, I have to call tomorrow.
Oh,
I
okay.
talked to the teller the other day at the bank, and she gave me the manager's card to
Okay.
call and all that.
Okay, so we're ordering 3 full cases of pennies for the week,
Okay, yeah, hopefully that should
so,
They always sell out.
be.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if we can get more than that, because supposedly there's a coin shortage.
Oh, that's
Something.
right, I didn't think of that, yeah.
Yeah, which this would actually help with the coin shortage, because they'll get all their,
Yeah, every
Their
bank in the
coins
state
plus-
should have a penny offering. 'Cause
right. So yes, so we are working on that with the pennies. Craft time, just so you're aware, in case you're a helper with the crafts, another change is we're not gonna be passing around bottles of glue or other things like that. So things are individualized for the craft, so each kid gets the whole set, but they don't need to share stuff between themselves.
Or,
Can we sanitize in between kids?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Because I don't know if we have, we don't have 20 separate bottles of glue.
glue bottles and
I
stuff.
mean, we could get them, but,
Or if you want, you can get the little cups and get glue them, the little cups and send it out.
Yeah,
and I have a
that's,
giant jug of glue at home.
okay, yeah, so that's
Thank you.
really good. Yeah, anything like disposable, normally I'm for economizing everything, but
Yeah.
disposable is actually good for these. And,
Another thing that's important to remember too is, I don't remember the exact ones, but there are sanitizers that people are saying can be toxic to anybody, especially children, because of the chemical in them, so we wanna make sure. we
Right,
have
it's,
the-
I think it's menthol or something
Yeah,
is the
something
one.
menthol or something is in them, yeah.
okay.
So we wanna make sure it has ingredients that are safe for children, because
Yes.
if they would get sick from using that.
Yes, which also reminds me, one important thing, if you're a helper or if you're in charge of, if you're one of the coordinators, every time the kids switch stations, we're gonna do the hand sanitizer, so we'll have somebody go around and you just give some to all the kids and they can rub their hands. So when they go from the, when they're about to go into craft time, so they'll get some leaving craft time, Bible time, game time, and then before snack time. So it's something not too hard to do, we just gotta remember, but that's gonna be, if you're helping with a class, then you're gonna be the sanitizing dispenser, will be part of that. Games this year is gonna be a little different also because we can't do games like tag and other things because of what's going on. So the games are gonna be pretty specialized where for some of them, the goal is to keep people, staying away as far away as you can from others. So we will have games. It's a pretty big challenge to go through and modify all those, but we will have that. As far as the rotation, it's gonna be the same as previous years, and so you can take a look at the page 5 and 6 with the schedule. So while one team, one class is having a story, the other 2 classes are having activities or crafts. At the end is gonna be snack time, which is also gonna be outside. We may need a pop-up tent for that, depending on what else is happening. We may shift pop-up tent back over. Snacks this year, just so you're aware, are also individually packaged because of the situation going on, and so people have a separate juice box, and there's no open cups of stuff to drink or anything. As far as with the music, we need to work on seeing if we have 2 options for songs. One is we can just do it without the music, which isn't as good. We can try to do like a little recording of the songs, Brother Craig, so we could play a CD. That may be possible. We're going to try to do the puppet show again, and for that, of course, we've been playing a CD, plus then we also have the penny offering.
Yeah, the
Music
sound
and so
system
on.
that we use at the fair has the CD player in it, so.
Yes,
we can swap
exactly.
the CDs in and out of that.
Yes, and then, so it's got the unit, plus another speaker, plus
Yeah,
the
it's-
microphone.
Yeah, the microphone, the 2 speakers, and the sound unit.
Right, so,
Are we
Yeah,
gonna
we should.
use the children's songbooks?
no, we need to do something, either have it on poster board or something, but I don't think it's a good idea to be handing out the songbooks.
What about
Pretty sure.
photocopies for them to just bring back, that are theirs to keep, tell them to just bring it back every day?
I mean, we could do like disposable ones, but that's, because I don't know where they put them while they're at game time and stuff.
And that's another thing we need to
My-
talk about, is where the kids are gonna put their things.
Oh, that's true, because that's a problem anyway.
Because there's no classroom.
There's no classroom to put them in. Because kids would bring a Bible. What did they do last year?
Shoeboxes and
Shoeboxes.
write their name on them?
It's a good idea. So we kind of almost need a
Does
tent.
anybody need a lot of pair of shoes? No, we need like 40, one for each kid.
Could do a family too.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like we would need one tent then, just
Yeah.
for them to put stuff.
If we had a room or a certain spot and everybody had a spot, we'd have to put the shoe boxes somewhere anyway.
Well, that's another thing that where chairs would come in handy, because then, okay, just leave your stuff on your chair.
That's true.
A suggestion, I don't know what stores have them, but those little kid-sized plastic chairs, like they have the adult-size one, but they make little kids ones. You probably could get maybe 2 stacks of those. I don't know how much they are a piece, but maybe chip in or whatever to get like 2 stacks of however many chairs we think we need. That would be an option, because then we wouldn't have to worry if them getting wet, and they could use those chairs to keep stuff on them.
Yeah. Another option is we could borrow metal folding chairs from another church. They have some that are all metal, and if we get a downpour, it's not
Central
like
has all metal.
Oh, there's no light.
Yeah, they have
It's
some,
gonna
because this is all we have are the fabric.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, he's right, folding metal chairs, it'll be just like sitting on the cement, they'll get burnt.
No, they wouldn't be black, so they're not gonna set up as much.
They're tan, the ones that
Well,
we
yeah,
have, if we were to borrow
And
them,
if
would
we
be tan.
brought them out right before
But
church,
they are metal,
they
so
wouldn't
that's
be sitting.
it's gonna hold a lot of heat anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Okay,
Decision
question.
for music, I got my guitar for music also.
Okay, oh yeah,
that's right, yeah.
that might be a good option, because you also have the
I was having plenty.
1/4-inch plug-in. That might be,
Kids would probably love
best.
that too.
that might be the best option. Right there, so you'd still have live, but, okay, Yeah, why don't we plan on starting with that? I think that would work with the format.
So, yeah, so all the songs are already in here.
Yeah, and the numbers go to the children's songbook. Okay, so we've got different locations. It's outdoors unless kid needs to go to the bathroom. Let's plan on doing something with chairs for rally time, and hopefully they're chairs that we can leave there. So we'll plan on kids leaving their stuff there in their chairs. So,
Another
yes.
suggestion that I was thinking, that I might do in my class, usually each year I get brown paper lunch bags, and the kids put their crafts and any letters I'm sending home to parents and, or their Bible, in that bag to collect off together at the end of the day. This year I was thinking of doing, gallon Ziploc bags instead, and write each kid's name on it. But that way, kids can see what's in it, because kids tend not to read, they look. Oh, is this mine? And they're grabbing everything out.
Okay.
But then maybe keep them, like maybe we have an extra table set up back at the craft area or something, and keep them back there so the kids don't even have them with them. And then have one of my helpers pass each kid's bag to him at the end of the day. Another thing is, if the kids do bring face masks, but then halfway through they decide, I'm not gonna wear this anymore or whatever, what are they gonna do with their face mask?
That's true.
So again, if they have a chair or a bag or someplace where their things are going, okay, well, here you go, drop your face
Okay.
mask in the bag.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and then